What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another top 5 Assassin's Creed video here today on my channel. I'm going to be going over the top 5 hideouts in Assassin's Creed. I will say that Odyssey and Origins are not going to be on the list. Origins did not really have a hideout, and then Odyssey, it was technically your boat, but it's not really comparable to the other hideouts that came before it in the Assassin's Creed franchise, so I will not be putting those ones in here. This is just my personal opinion on my top 5 hideouts. Pretty much all of them were good except for Shays and Rogue in my opinion. This is just my top 5 and the ones that I personally like to be on the most when I was playing the game. I do have them in order, but that being said, if you do disagree, please put your order in the comment section. That way we can discuss why we might have different opinions. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into the list. Coming in at number 5 on the list is going to be Tibber Island from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now, in my opinion, this does come in at 5th, and it's not very close to the top 4. Now, they did have fast travel in here, which I think did make it a pretty good way of getting around the city. You could just come back here and fast travel, or you could fast travel to get here, or anything you wanted to do. That way you could get away the city a lot faster, but there wasn't too much to do once you were actually inside of the homestead or the base or whatever you want to call it. You could deposit some feathers and also send some characters on missions for XP and possibly gold and things like that, but you didn't really need to do it. That was just more for your Brotherhood. It wasn't an essential part of the game, but it was something you could do to kind of level your characters a lot more. But besides that, there wasn't too much to do in here. A lot of it you just did within the world. You didn't necessarily have to be in your base, and that's why I think it comes in at number 5 in my opinion. And aesthetically, it just wasn't anything special. It was cool, but just nothing crazy in my opinion. Coming in at number 4 on the list is going to be Great Inagua from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, this, in my opinion, is probably the largest island that you get as a hideout, and the reason is once you actually get the hideout, the whole island becomes yours with no enemies, which basically means it's attached as your whole hideout. It's a very large island with a lot of upgrades, including a mansion that you were able to upgrade that just really seems to take place in a pirate themed world. Really fits where it is, and there's just so much to explore on this island. There's lots of waterfalls and just great scenery around the island. It's probably a top 5 scenery spot in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and on top of that being the hideout, it was just a great place to stop off if you want to get off the boat and run around the island and just hang out for a little bit without maybe doing some missions or things like that. Coming in at number 3 on the list is going to be the Cafe Theater from Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, you could upgrade this theater as well. That way you were able to get more revenue and collect that revenue every time, and you can see how much would pop up at a time depending on how much you upgraded. Now, this was also the base for the assassins, which you could find underneath if you took the stairs to go ahead and go down and find them. There was also Arno's room, which you could check out just for fun, as well as missions that were able to complete as side missions and give you good XP and rewards over time if you completed them from your cafe. Now, upstairs, also what was really cool is you could see all of your friends list, and if they had characters, you could go up to them and just check them out and see what's going on, and it would tell you who they are and their level and things like that. You can invite them from the game like that if you wanted to. There's also a memento gallery which kind of puts your accolades and things like that. But in my opinion, the 2 coolest things that came from here was the dueling room if you wanted to go ahead and learn new skills or hone new skills and practice in that with the training room, or if you went ahead and climbed all the way up to the top in the attic, this was the legacy room, which I thought was really cool. Now, you can go ahead and see all of the legacy outfits and equip it right from here if you wanted to. So it tells you who it was worn by or whatever the case is, why it's here. They were locked if you didn't have them, but you could see what they looked like. So if there was one that maybe you didn't know how to unlock, you didn't see it yet, you could see it from here and then figure out how to unlock it after the fact. But I think it was really cool to have everything in one spot. Coming in at number 2 on the list is going to be the train hideout in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Now, the reason I really like this hideout is the fact that it did move across the map. So as you can see right here out the back, we are moving. If we go ahead and check this out, we can see where we're at right now. Now, I will show you everything else inside and then show you where it ends up at the end. So you could go to a black market if you want to refill all of your ammo and things like that, as well as change your gear and your weapons if you wanted to. Now, it was connected through multiple carts, and you can go ahead and see that you had some of your gang, or I guess it would be Jacob's gang, not really Evie's, depending on who you are actually playing on, as well as the fact that you could collect your coins here, as well as access your assassination wall, which would show you where you're at in the story if you hadn't finished it yet. Like I said, you can collect your income as well. And then if you went to the next cart, in the end, you can also do your gang upgrades, which would allow you to obviously be better off, get stronger upgrades for the gang that you needed the rooks to help you with later in the game. But it's really cool overall. They did have a bed, not that it was really necessary for anything, but it made it seem like whoever you weren't using maybe was using that bed or relaxing. But if we check the mini map out, we can see that we did move. We were back here and we have moved along a train track. Which was so amazing about that is the fact that actually moving through the game, you could go ahead and use the train and then jump off at any point. So if you wanted to get to, let's say, a northern spot in the game and go over to the city of London, you can go ahead and maybe do some upgrades while the train is actually going, and then go ahead and jump off close if you don't have a fast travel unlocked yet. So especially early in the game, having the train is super helpful and super nice to have. So that's why I have it coming in at number 2. I just really like the mobility in it. Coming in at number 1 on my list is going to be Montergione from Assassin's Creed 2. Now, it does also appear in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, but you don't actually use it as a hideout. So we're talking about Assassin's Creed 2. Now, the main reason I liked this one the best is because, once again, it was a full city that you could explore. There was no guards and it was a safe spot. But in this game, you actually did need to shop at all of the shops. You couldn't change your armor or buy anything or upgrades or medicines just from being in your inventory. You did have to make sure to go somewhere to go ahead and buy it, and since it had all of these shops here, it made it a lot easier. Now, the main part of the hideout is actually the Villa Auditore, which is at the top, which we can see right here. This is the main actual hideout for Ezio and everyone else in his family. Now, in the room, you also could upgrade and collect. So right here, you could collect your money as well as upgrade so that you would have more income if you wanted to speak and go ahead and look at what you wanted to upgrade. There was a lot of things to go ahead and check out with your renovations and what you wanted to complete, and it would show you how much you're getting every 20 minutes, which very much helped in this game of leveling because you didn't have to get it all through missions or pickpocketing or anything like that. They also have the downstairs, which is really cool, with the statues as well. If you go ahead and check it out and look up who some of these characters are, because not every one of them has been in a game yet. So it was really cool to look up the background on them and figure out who they are in the lore. You can see Kulan Gal right here. We have Darius next, and then we have Wii U right here. We can see we have Altair, and then we have Amunet, which we obviously know now, Itani, and then right here you have Leonis, which it looked really cool having all of these statues together. Just a really cool way to explore this place. There was different chest upgrades, and it was just a really cool place overall. So that's why I have it at number 1 on my list. Thank you guys for watching. Please let me know down below your guys' top 5 list. Like I said before, please let's have a discussion about it if you do not agree, but let's try to keep it civil because we all are able to have our own opinions, and I don't think that should affect the fact that we all love Assassin's Creed and what it stands for. We may just have different ways and different approaches to it. That being said, though, definitely leave your guys' top 5 list down below. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you guys can see more content like this as I drop it. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.